Hi, friends. It's Lisa Hetrick, illustrator for Gina K Designs, and I'm so grateful you could join me today. I am super excited to introduce my brand new stamp set with Gina K Designs called Fearless Joy. And I am going to walk through some inspiration and talk through this new stamp set. So here's a look at the stamp set. You can already see that it's pretty well loved. And it's got quite a bit of florals and leafery and a vase and a bunch of different sentiments and some really fun things to build different kinds of projects with. So the first thing I wanted to share was the inspiration for this set. So I had painted this vase of flowers last year in 2020, and I was just experimenting with just some painting. And when I finished painting it, and many months later, I thought it might make a great stamp set. So I figured out how to translate that into an illustration that could work for paper crafting and card making community, and just went for it. So I'm going to dive into some of the intricacies of the stamp set. This stamp set does have a coordinating die set available, and I am digging this die that works with the vase, and I'm going to show you why when I show you the card inspiration. But I wanted to walk through a little bit of some of the features that I had created and were inspired by the painting. So there are 3 florals in this set that have the silhouette and the line art version of them so that you can do the 2-step stamping process with them. And I'm a little bit wonky with my 2-step stamping. Sometimes I just kind of turn that line art image a little bit to the left so that I can get kind of a wonky look and feel. But I also wanted to share that in the die set, there are 2 dies for the floral. So there's a floral, the floral that's a line art image, that's an open image, has a die, and so does the silhouette image. So you could use those 2 florals completely interdependent of each other. You don't have to do the 2-step stamping, and you have the option with the dies to cut them out. I would call this stamp set a builder stamp set. So I've got a couple different things in here. I have some leaves and greenery and some smaller flowers that you can use for bits and bobbles. I have a background image that I'm going to talk about, and I also have this texture piece that works inside the vase. So before I go ahead and move on, I want to talk a little bit about this background builder, this diamond shaped background builder. Now, the background stamp works great by itself. It's pretty simple, but you can nest it together to create larger backgrounds. And I've got a couple samples that I'm going to share with you on how I use that. There are 4 sentiments in this set, and they all coordinate with "May this be a year of happiness, wonder, and fearless joy." So again, you could use any sentiment with this set, but I did just add a few sentiments in for inspiration. So let's go ahead and take a look at the cards that I've created and all of the inspiration, and I'll talk you through it. So this card is super fun. I've used all of the floral images and the leaves and the greenery. I've die cut them out. But the really cool thing about this card is that I die cut the vase out, and I let that just kind of be the negative space for the card base. So this is just another way that you can use that die, and I'm going to show you what I did with the other image in a little bit. Here is another card, and I'm digging this color palette, thinking about spring and thinking about all things green. I used the 2-step stamping process in here, and you can see where I kind of turned it a little bit and made it a little bit wonky. And I've nested and layered some of the leafery and the greens with some of the die cut florals. Now, I couldn't have some card inspiration without some super duper watercolor inspired cards. And this card was very much like the original painting. So I did a little bit of a couple watercolor techniques with this card, and I have a video coming up. And you can see how my inspiration for this card was from the original illustration and painting that I did. So super, super fun. These silhouette stamps are perfect for watercolor techniques. You're going to have a ton of fun with them. I love this card. I love me a good pattern, and this is exactly what that is. So I've nested all of those silhouette florals and just kind of nested them into a pattern, used some of the bits and bobbles that I have in this set, and layered some of the leafery on this with the sentiment as well. Now, here's a fun way to nest all three of the florals, and I did that wonky kind of two-step stamping process. Got some leaves and greenery here, but also put that background stamp in there and just kind of showed you the modular kind of funky way you can use that background stamp, and it's just super fun. Super, super fun without adding a lot of height to the card. So remember the card in the beginning where I die cut out the vase. So this is what I did with the actual die cut piece. I went ahead and stamped out some flowers on that die cut and used it as a vase and had all of the leafery and the greenery coming out of it, and just kind of had some fun with the master layout scallop die. Just love that die. And look, you get like kind of a twofer with that die. You get the positive and the negative, and it makes it super, super fun. Okay, I also wanted to share that I do have a free card idea download. The link is in the description. I do this with all of my stamp set, and here is the one for the Fearless Joy stamp set. So I've got 8 card ideas on here. Some of them I showed you earlier because I actually stamped them, but some of them are brand new and just kind of showing you different ways that you can create a card layout with this stamp set. So super, super fun, and it's free to you. And again, the link is down below in the description. I hope that this card idea download just inspires you and brings you great joy to just get started. I'm super excited for this new stamp set release with Gina K Designs. So excited. I hope you enjoyed today's inspiration and stamp set reveal. I will be sharing more card tutorials over the next few weeks using this set to help inspire you. All of the links for this new release can be found below in the description. I can't wait to see what you create. Thanks so much for watching. Please consider sharing the joy by liking this video and subscribing to this channel. And I'm sharing more card and watercolor tutorial videos for your inspiration right here. So come on in and take a peek at my tutorials. I have a lot to share, and I'll see you next time.